Hey everyone, my name's Revishaan or Ishan, however you may know me, and this video is a video that I wish I had seen maybe a week or two before my GCSE. And it is things I wish I had known before sitting my GCSEs. Now this is going to be sort of relating to the exams themselves rather than like the process leading up to the exams, the amount of revision you might have to do and things like that. Hopefully you do enjoy this video. It would mean a lot if you guys could subscribe. We're so close to 15k subscribers, 13k subscribers, I don't know. But please subscribe, I'm begging you. The first tip is to do with revision. Past papers are your friend. They are your best friend from now until the end of exam season. Just get rid of your notes and focus on your exam papers and past papers because they are literally your best friend. They have everything you need to know, and notes will become useless during this period. All you really need to do is past papers, and past papers. Learn what the mark scheme is looking for. The next tip is to do with sort of the mornings and the evenings of exam season days. I would not recommend drinking caffeine just because caffeine pretty much ruined my sleep schedule. I couldn't wake up early and I couldn't go to sleep early, or yeah, it was messed up. And I learned this last week through my year 12 exams. Thankfully last year I wasn't relying on caffeine when I did my GCSEs, whereas this year that was another story. I would not recommend drinking caffeine before your exam, after your exam. Just ditch the caffeine. You might think it's like really good, it's helping me revise, it's helping me stay up, but the reality is it's making you stay up far longer than you really should, and it's going to tire you out even more. So please don't drink too much caffeine. Maybe a iced tea or something in the morning. Not too much caffeine or caffeinated drinks like green tea, coffee, things like that. The next thing I wish I had known was about the external examiners and how just annoying they are. They like walk upon every single row watching you, and like they just stare at you, and it's so annoying. And they're like footsteps, they brush past you. It's annoying sometimes. So just, I don't know, you probably haven't had any external exams, have you? So you probably wouldn't know what an examiner would feel like in the exam hall. Basically, they just walk every single aisle watching you do your work, telling you, oh, you can't have toilet breaks. And that brings me on to my third point, the toilet breaks. So you aren't allowed to go to the toilet 15 minutes before your exams end. So just make sure you go to the toilet before your exam, or make sure you go to the toilet like at the beginning of your exam. Don't try to go to the toilet at the end because you won't be allowed no matter what. The next thing I wish I had known was tidy my room. Like honestly, my room gets into such a dump. It like folders everywhere on the floor, my desk a complete mess, just my whole like clothes on my bed. Tidy up your room. It's going to literally help your studying so much better. You do not want to be in exam season with a room where a bomb has exploded, full of your clothes, full of everything. It is not a good thing to do. So if you're watching this right now, you are going to tidy your room, because you will tidy your room. The next thing I wish I had known was about stress and how I dealt with stress. Now, the thing is, in terms of stress, it's really, really different for everyone. I remember my friend, he didn't feel any stress leading up to the exams, whereas after the exams, he was stressed. Whereas me, I felt stressed a lot. I was just so scared before my exams. My legs were absolutely shaking. When I was holding my pencil case, like about to go into the exam hall, my legs were fully shaking. It was just not a good sign. But I'm telling you that stress will go away once you sit in your seat in the exam hall and the time starts ticking. Trust me, the stress will go away. It's going to be fine. It just fully disappears. As soon as you turn the page, your adrenaline kicks in and you're in the exam. And that brings me on to the next point. The time in the exam hall goes so fast, depending on what subject you're doing. If it's a subject you find really, really easy, for in my case it was biology, I used to complete a GCSE biology paper in around 20 to 30 minutes when the exam was 2 hours. That's just because I could literally copy and paste the answers from the mark schemes into the paper, because I'd already memorized the mark schemes in terms of like the really, really similar questions. For example, just evolution. The mark schemes are V Mazra, variation, mutation, change in the allele, survival, things like that. You can basically just copy and paste it from previous exam papers into the paper you're sitting. That's why biology took me maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and you're going to feel bored for the rest of the exam if you're like that. Whereas if you're doing an essay subject like RS, it took me, like, I wrote pages and pages and pages, and it felt like 5 minutes, and the exam just finished. It's like, it went so fast, and it was just so scary. So watch the clock. Remember, keep watching the clock. The clock is not your friend. You have to keep an eye on the clock. That is my biggest tip for you during your exam. The next thing I wish I had known was that detox days are really, really important. Book yourself a spa, book yourself a day out with friends. Just during study leave, don't be studying for at least one day. Just take one day off to think about yourself. Go to a spa, do something, and just forget about your exams, forget about revision for the one day, because that will honestly help you so much. It will help you de-stress. You do not want to have that stress built up from a previous exam you've sat. Just go to a spa, go on a picnic with your friends or something, and just let it all go. Forget everything for a day and tackle the problems the next day. The next tip I wish I had known was not to read your textbooks during exam season. It is so boring, and it just does not help at all. It might feel like it's helping, but no, it does not. What you want to do is use ANKI. I've made a video, it will be in my description, and you want to use the close function. So basically just copy and paste some text from your textbook and place it into ANKI and use the close function. So basically you're actually testing yourself on the gaps in the textbook. You basically like cover out bits of your textbook, and you have to sort of fill it out using your own words, things like that. So use that instead of just rereading your textbook. The link will be in the description below if you do want to see the ANKI video. That brings me on to another point of crash courses. So as you might know, I'm holding crash courses for GCSE students. So these are for all three sciences, English, maths. They're £2 for an hour, and we're going through predicted 2022 papers. These are not the real exams, they're just predicted 2022 papers, questions that could come up or are likely to come up from the topics that you have been given. They cover all exam boards, so we've tried to smudge like overlapping topics, so it's useful for everybody. So if you do want to join these crash courses, the link will be in the description below. Hopefully it does help you. The next thing I wish I had known was to listen to lo-fi hip-hop beats. Ditch the pop, ditch all of that, ditch the rap. Listen to lo-fi hip-hop beats when you revise. Honestly, they're so soothing, and you have tons of study with me videos on YouTube that can help with lo-fi hip-hop beats. But please listen to maybe Lo-Fi Girl, and she will rescue you. She will completely rescue you. And that was the music that I used to revise last year. And finally, if I were you, go to Starbucks with your friends and study in Starbucks with your friends, because it is great to have company around you when you study, depending on who you are, of course. If you prefer revising on your own, do it. But if you're revising in a group, then go to Starbucks with your friends and just revise with them, because I feel like, for me, productivity is always better in a group. When you see other people around you working, you're more inclined to work. So go Starbucks, revise with your friends. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It would mean a lot if you guys could go subscribe. Hopefully you have like this wonderful fireplace. But other than that, see you in my next upload, and good luck for your exams, which are in 12 or 13 days. Bye!